Good morning, everyone. Damon, the dialysis dude here, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the dialysis sleep cycle, as I call it, and why I try to avoid naps on my non-dialysis days. Um, it's kind of hard at dialysis to avoid a nap, but mentally it works out very much better for me to sleep through it. So that starts the foundation of naps and sleeping during the day, which then can throw the sleep cycle off a bit. The other thing that's a big factor for us dialysis patients is that even for normal people, there's just a lot going on when we're sleeping, more than we understand. And so as a dialysis patient, our sleep is probably a little closer to like a mini medical coma than it is to sleep. For example, I woke up at one point, my sister-in-law walked into the room that I was in because the fire alarm was going off in a little 8 by 8 room or something, maybe a little bigger than that, and I was sleeping right through it. I mean, when I woke up, it was super loud, but when we're out, we're out. Um, it's kind of similar to how homeless people have to stay awake at night to stay warm. Their body is changing their blood metabolism in order to keep their heart rate up more and keep them awake so that they can stay warmer at night. Um, So yeah, it's definitely a disruptive sleep. Like when I complain to normal people that I'm having problems with naps, they're like, "Oh, gee, sounds like such a hard problem." And sure, for normal people with a life, that's something they don't understand. But if you were crashing out in the middle of work, then that would be a problem. And that's part of the cycle of dialysis and why we don't always work. Um, So my current cycle right now that is happening and why I'm awake on Tuesday at 2 a.m., now 6 a.m., been awake for 4 hours, and I'll probably get a little done before I take a nap, is because of a blood pressure crash on Sunday morning. So I'll go over my hours and my sleep cycle for the last like 4 nights that have kind of built up to this issue today. Friday night, I slept about 6 hours, which is about normal for me and it's fine, especially with the nap at dialysis. So then Saturday, I had dialysis, which is a short treatment, a 3 hour treatment. I usually sleep about 2 hours on Saturday. Um, so then Saturday night, I slept well again, 6 hours. Sunday, I had my problem. I woke up and I was very motivated, got out there and started a project in the garden and had lots of energy. And then I took my blood pressure meds and I kind of got a little bit drowsy. So I lay down and set an alarm for 20 minutes to take a little quick nap to try and adjust it. And I slept through the alarm and slept for 4 hours. Woke up very groggy, didn't get much done on Sunday. So then the extra sleep plus the lack of getting something done started the cycle, which I actually slept quite well Sunday night, surprisingly, and Monday at dialysis. So that's where it set me up for last night, only sleeping 3 hours, being awake at 2 a.m. and just being up and trying to take my extra blood pressure medications. And it's just not enough because I haven't been active enough. When I add all of that up, that's about 31 hours for 4 nights. So that's 7.75 hours per night. That's not a problem in the amount of sleep. It's the quality and the timing that I'm getting my sleep. Living off grid, I can adjust to this and just get up and I'll go. I got to run and burn pile. It's a little damp out this morning and I'll get what I can get done and then crash out. And how I break this cycle is by exercising as much as I can and trying to avoid that nap on my time off. So the more I can avoid that nap, the better quality sleep I'll get at night, as well as I just build my physical and mental stamina. I feel like giving in to the sleep cycle really does, it's where you start chasing good sleep and you don't get it because you're not getting tired enough and you're not running your fluid and your chemicals through your body enough. You need to move them around. For normal people, when they're sleeping, their kidneys are pretty active, moving their fluid and adjusting their electrolytes and cleaning out a bunch of things. And if you have problems, I think all of us as dialysis patients have experienced our body shutting us down to attempt to do that. And that's what happens. Your body literally will put you into basically a short of a medical coma. It's kind of a form of dialysis brain where you're just in a fog in order to try and clean itself out. So it's best to try and avoid that and let that happen at dialysis so that you can maintain and live a life off of dialysis. So yeah, I think that's about what I have to say on the sleep cycle right now. I'm sure I'll think of something more in a little bit. But how's your sleep cycle? What do you guys think about that in general? Kind of new to really opening up and talking to other patients about these things. So I am definitely curious about how it goes for you as well.